Okay. We're continuing more Our Life. Oh. Yeah, sorry. Nightbot, for whatever reason, doesn't like too many emojis. It considers it spamming, and I'm like, but it's 3. It's not like there's, like, lines of it. Yeah, exactly. No, Nightbot hates everyone, I swear. He is an equal opportunist hater. Also, how's the volumes? Is the game okay? Can you hear the game? Can you hear me? Can you hear everything? Everyone tells me I'm always too quiet, so I'm like, I will ask. Oh, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Oh no, I forgot where we were. Can I just load? Is it? Oh, wait, nope, I saved while we were, okay, never mind. Yeah. So, wait, where? I don't remember where we were. Sandcastles, Firefly Shopping. Oh, I see, okay. They light up. Okay, that's good. I was scared. I was like, I won't know where I was. It needs to tell me where I was. Okay, it's fine. It was another scorching summer day. The kind where no sooner had you finished 1 cup of water, you were already filling it up again. Everyone else had something on. So that afternoon, it was just you and Shiloh. This didn't happen much, especially since Cove had arrived. Without Lizzie around, Shiloh looked to you for all the answers. It made you feel... I don't know that... Excuse me, I don't know that would really make me feel frustrated. I mean, I guess it can make me feel a little pleased. You might not be in double digits like your sister, but he was only 7. Being the oldest, getting to be the leader was a nice change of pace. You drained yet another drink and frowned at the empty vessel. Your thirst was gone, but you still craved something icy cold and refreshing. Something sweet. Something like... a popsicle. You wanted something fruity and brightly colored. There was nothing like that to be found at home. You knew that without needing to look. Your moms didn't keep sweets in the house. What in the crunchy, Mom? Come on, not even a popsicle. Popsicles can be, like, healthy-ish if you use real fruit. Or, like, real fruit concentrate. Outside, there were plenty of spaces where such goodies could be obtained. But they were shops and demanded payment in exchange for their products. Yeah, like, really, Moms, come on, it's summer. Let us have a popsicle. Let's voice our predicament out loud. I want a popsicle. Shiloh, who had been draped over the sofa, perked up. That sounds good. We don't have anything like that in the house, and I don't have any money. Oh, let me check if I have any. Child, how are you gonna have money? Shiloh rummaged in his backpack and proudly produced an assortment of coins, plus 1 stray button. You set the button aside and counted the coins in neat piles. Just over $1. You announced this to Shiloh. He had almost certainly come to the he had almost certainly come to the same conclusion, but he'd been watching you expectantly. It's a start. Shiloh beamed at you. Yeah, let's not crush the kid. We'll need to find some more. Dig in the couch cushions. Okay. He is adorable. He's so precious. The two of you lifted the couch cushions, stuck tiny hands down deep in the crevices in the sofa, under furniture, and scoured the back of drawers. Oh, these kids are smart. Here we go. Most of what you found was useless or gross. Bent paper clips, fluffy wisps of dust or sand crumbs, but every so often, one of you would strike silver or bronze and add it to the growing pile of coins. Dusty and disheveled from checking every room and squinting into every tiny nook, the two of you finished pulling your finds. Shiloh held his breath as you counted the coins again. $2.53 and 2 buttons. You didn't know when the second button had decided to join the party, but you were too pleased with your successful haul to throw it out. Is that enough? You figured he knew the answer, but you appreciated him recognizing your authority on financial and ice cream matters. You straightened up before making your pronouncement. Yeah, we've got enough. You could now afford something at the shops, just one thing, but that was definitely better than none. Shiloh clapped his hands. Yay! The two of you dashed outside. The promise of sugar buoyed you onto your destination where, breathless but happy, you stared at the overwhelming number of options. You knew what you wanted, but it wasn't just you who had contributed to the funds to get the treat. He seemed to notice your pause. Aren't you getting a popsicle? Shiloh asked as though he was entirely separate from the decision, rather than someone with a stake in the outcome. Do you mind? Shiloh cocked his head to the side. It was your idea. You should choose. You went ahead and got what you originally wanted. You said, man, forget that kid. Are you really sure it's okay? Let's try to get something we both want anyway. We'll be a good older child. It wasn't fair for you to be the only one to decide when he'd been a main factor in making this happen. Some of the money came directly from his backpack. Exactly. What do you like? All of them! They're so good! You pressed further. But what do you really like? Popsicles or ice creams? Which is your favorite? Aw, so hard to pick. I don't know. Frustrated, you cut to the heart of the matter. You want me to choose? Yeah! And that was that. You got the dessert you wanted originally and hoped Shiloh would actually like it too. Finally, the reward for all your hard work was in your hands. You sucked on the fruity popsicle you'd brought. The icy treat cooled down perfectly, and the zesty flavor was refreshing. You held it out to Shiloh so he could take a turn. He shook his head.
You can finish it.
Oh, his voice is so cute. You can finish it. He didn't want any? After everything he did to help get it? That was weird. Hi, Phantom. Welcome, welcome. How are you? Let's try to include Shiloh again. How am I doing? I'm doing okay. I'm happy to be getting back to this game because it's super cute. How are you? Are you working? Even if Shiloh said it was okay, every story you'd ever seen on TV or read in a book said that sharing was caring. You stood your ground, even as the treat started to trickle dangerously toward your fingers. Oh no, we're gonna get sticky. Always the adorable games to be found here. You know it. One day I'm gonna throw you all off and actually play a horror game or something. JK. Aw, Shiloh. Yeah, I know. Aw, Shiloh. It's only fair that you have some. We both bought it. But you want it more than I do, and getting to play was a lot of fun already. So you can have it. That's more fair. You held it out to him. I want you to have some, even more than I want to finish it. So eat your part. Relenting, Shiloh took the treat and gave it a taste. His eyes lit up. It's really good. Thank you. You smiled, pleased with your good deed. You picked... Oh, we're Shiloh now. You picked the best one. I forgot who was talking. You're working as always and staying low. Well, don't work too hard. Make sure you are resting when you need to. Did he mean that? Shiloh was always nice no matter what happened, even if he hated it. You knew he wouldn't say so. No, look at him blushing. I think he actually liked it. Maybe he thought it was gross, and that's the real reason why he didn't want to take some. You had no idea. You studied him as he ate a little more. He had every appearance of enjoying himself. Still weird. Shiloh be lying? No! No! Shiloh better not lie to us! No! We're friends! The two of you began to head back home as he ate. You walked side by side on the shore in silence, but your thoughts kept drifting to the boy beside you. Why didn't he speak up for himself? It was almost as if Shiloh didn't know how to say what he felt, or was too afraid to. The first option, you figured that was his problem and didn't care. I don't think he's scared of us. I feel like if we ask him if we're friends, he'll just say yes. Just like if we ask him if he's scared of us, I feel like he'll just say no. Because we just determined that he doesn't speak his feelings. We'll try anyway. We'll ask. Shiloh opened his eyes wide, seemingly caught off guard by the blunt question. Yeah, I think so. He says that, but friends should be able to talk to each other without being scared. If Shiloh wouldn't do that, were you even really friends at all? He rubbed his hands together nervously over your non-reaction. Sorry. Oh, no, there, Shiloh. I want to pat him on the head. You weren't sure how sorry he could be without knowing what he's even apologizing for, but you shook your head. You didn't do anything. It was true. Shiloh hadn't done something mean. He'd gone out of his way to make you happy. That didn't seem like it should be a bad thing, yet it bothered you. I just don't know if you like me. It's like it doesn't matter what I do, you're gonna act the same. I could be anybody and you wouldn't care. No, I like you. I really, really like you, Talia. I want to be friends. Okay. You smiled hesitantly at him. His fidgeting ceased. Even though you weren't sure if you believed him, this was only making things worse. You decided that maybe there were all types of friends. If Shiloh wasn't able to do things differently, this would have to be alright. Shiloh made you unsure about setting a label on the experience of spending the afternoon with just him. There had been good times and there had been confusing ones. You were positive of one thing, at least, The treat was delicious, and that was nice. The sun was low on the horizon as you returned to your neighborhood. There you spotted two very familiar figures up ahead, Lizzie and Cove. You opened your mouth to make your presence known to them just as you saw tears in Cove's face. Oh, why is he crying? Lizzie, what'd you do? Why'd you make our friend cry? He's adorable. Yeah, he is. He's so adorable. Shiloh's precious. You walked straight over, Shiloh at your heels. Once there, you... I mean, what I just did was accuse Lizzie of starting trouble, but I don't feel like that will help the situation, so let's carefully ask what happened. Without a time machine, the only way you were going to find out was by asking the witnesses. Lizzie might have done something, but she could have been in the wrong place at the wrong time, or even come to Cove's aid. You want to hear the story. Cove, what happened? Talia, I got yelled at. He took a deep, steadying breath. Some grandparents got mad at me. Aw, I'm sorry. This poor kid apologized for everything. He's like, sorry. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean go back. Lizzie jerked her head in the direction of a nearby house. Your heart sunk. You knew exactly what happened. Oh, okay, maybe I read the situation wrong, Lizzie. My bad. Every year, the same mean old couple rented out the condo for the summer. You, Lizzie, and Shiloh knew to stay away from them, but Cove couldn't have. They're like that with everyone. Even your mom struggled to find anything nice to say about them, but the elderly pair particularly took offense to kids. It didn't matter if they were really nice like Cove. Yeah, Lizzie said. Lizzie drew herself up at that. She looked pointedly in your direction. Uh-huh, I was helping. Alright, Lizzie, no need to be snotty about it. Okay, I admit I was wrong. I misread you. Okay. That's cool. Is there anything I can do? No, I'm just gonna stay away. Or you could teach them a lesson. There was a devilish glint in her eyes. What? You should ding-dong ditch them. Go ring the doorbell and run. It'll be great, 'cause they're slow. They'll never catch you. That's dumb. I don't want to go near them ever again.
You're just saying that because you're a chicken.
You're just saying that because you're a cluck, cluck, cluck chicken. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. He ain't getting chicks like that. Okay, let him be vulnerable, okay? Being vulnerable is not a bad thing. Chicks actually dig that. Cove glared, but didn't take the bait. Lizzie turned to you. You're not a chicken, are you? Yeah, cluck, cluck. Oh my gosh. I thought they deserved worse. Oh my gosh. I'd rather just avoid them. You look at the house. Behind those closed doors lurk two beings, rich in their years but poor in patience. Maybe they deserved retaliation. Maybe they didn't. But that punishment wouldn't be coming from you. It was safer to stay far away from them, especially since Cove took their outbursts to heart. I'm not doing it either. Another chicken for the coop. This is a hen house now. If we're chickens, you're a lizard, Lizzie. She wagged her tongue at his face. Still better than a bird brain. Chicken. The condo door opened, revealing one of the two culprits. The old man's wizened face was set in a scowl, which was to say he looked exactly like he always did when you saw him. Maybe that was his normal face. Yeah, maybe his RBF. What are you kids doing loitering outside my house? Or maybe he was always just in a terrible mood. Nothing. Nothing. He repeated the word as if it was the greatest crime anyone could commit. Nothing good, more like it. Get lost. It wasn't as if he owned the space outside the house, but Cove's eyes, still red from his earlier tears, were wide, and you thought it would be best to heed the old man's command. That's you right there, the old man? Oh my gosh. Girls don't always want bad guys. Oh my gosh, no wonder you're maidenless. Lizzie took off, with Shiloh immediately trailing after her without so much as a glance back in our direction. Dang, she just ditched y'all. So much for your friendship. You waved your arm at Cove, summoning him to follow you, and ran after Lizzie. The old man's hollers propelled you all the way from the street to the sanctity of the hill. Only once you were safe did you notice the stitch in your chest and the ache in your legs. You flopped down, the blades of grass tickling your face. Lizzie, who had taken the lead in the end, was already lazing on the ground. The four of you took a moment to catch your breath and enjoy the feeling of the cool grass against your skin. Hey, Cove! Cove lifted his head. I told you there were mean grandparents around here. Cove rolled his eyes, then decided this wasn't dismissive enough and rolled his whole body away from your sister. Lizzie chose to ignore his response and started chatting to Shiloh, who eagerly joined in the conversation. In the back of your mind, you knew you'd be the second fiddle again to Shiloh once Lizzie came around. It always went like that. It was always annoying. We still feel a little sad. We spent time together today. Yeah, wow, thanks, Shiloh. You had been hoping the two of you might have become closer, but you had to let it go. He was happy where he was. There were other things to attend to anyway. Yeah, like Cove. You wriggled closer to Cove. He had calmed down for the most part and was inspecting a flower. His fingers pinched the stem and tilted the white petals toward him. He's so soft and sweet and precious. We gotta protect him from the world. That's a poppy. Cove glanced at you in acknowledgement, then back at the flower. And the type of poppies on this hill have a name. White linen poppy, Mom told me. He quirked a smile. That's funny. He ran a finger around the edge of the petals. It doesn't feel like cloth. You'd need a lot of them to make anything. He nodded and released the delicate plant. Evaluation complete. This is my favorite kind of flower, but I didn't know what it was called. Thanks. Yeah, now you do. Oh my god, there are so many options. Good lord. Okay. It's mine too. I like roses. Buttercups are really great. My favorite is snapdragons. Ooh, hibiscuses. Peonies, sunflowers. Tulips. Oh, I do like tulips. Orchids. Oh, we can type our own answer. Oh my gosh. I like all flowers. I don't care about flowers. Oh, no, that's not the answer. They gave me too many options. Yeah, so many options. Oh my gosh. I like a few flowers, like quite a few. I guess I'll have to go with I like all flowers. Because I don't know if out of these I can pick... The last one? No, Phantom. We like flowers. We'll go with tulips. My mom gets them on special days, and they look really nice. She's nice too. Like, yeah, by the way, yeah, the flowers are nice, but my mom's nice too. Yeah, you're nice like both of them. Thanks. Oh, look at this precious art. He's so sweet. Look at him. He looks so peaceful. You moved onto your back with a small smile and looked at the darkening sky. The blanket of clouds reminded you of a thick throw you curled under on cold, rainy days. You wondered if the clouds would be as soft. Then lazily... What's that emote for, Phantom? What? No. It's precious. They lazily floated on by, splitting from each other, merging and morphing into new shapes. Saw an alpaca? You saw cloud shapes. We saw a dolphin. The coziness isn't getting out of hand. You just gotta get with the cozy. He's so cute. Yes, he is. He's so cute. You saw a dolphin leaping through the sky. You nudged Cove and pointed to it. Look, a dolphin. Cove joined you in gazing skywards. Yeah, I see it. Oh, his eyes are so pretty. I love the colors they gave him. Really? No, but I like dolphins. Hey! He chuckled at your reaction. All the sun's light faded from the sky, and the moon rose higher. Lizzie got to her feet, dusting strands of grass from her bare legs, and surveyed her surroundings. The ocean, visible from the crest of the hill, beckoned with every sweep of the tide. Let's go to the beach! There was no argument from the other two. Shiloh was still Shiloh, and Cove would never say no to going to the shore. He was a child of the sea. You were too tired to argue? We were happy to do what the others wanted. The beach wouldn't necessarily have been where you chose to go next, but if it was what the others wanted to do, you weren't going to spoil the fun. You stepped onto the sand for the second time that day, but it felt different at night. The beach was nearly quiet at this hour. Abandoned sandcastles and footsteps on the sand, too big to belong to any of you, were the only indication of how busy it had been only hours earlier. The four of you kicked shoes off and removed socks and walked along the water's edge. The waves tickled your feet. I wonder what would happen if you tried to take a bath in the ocean with shampoo and everything. I would not do that, Lizzie. I feel like you would kill wildlife in the ocean. That would be bad for the fish. Yes, thank you, Cove. Thank you. The voice of reason. I didn't say anyone would do it. Jeez, you don't have to be so serious about everything. You're the one who asked what would happen. That is what would happen. It hurt the fishes. I like bubble baths at home. They're a lot of fun. Me too. Bubble baths are luxurious. You never heard Lizzie use that word before. Mommy loves to have bubbles in her bath. She'll turn the lights off and have candles. I'm gonna do that next time. Hey, when's your mom coming back or coming to pick you up anyway? Not for a while. She's busy. What about your dad? How come you never talk about him? Nobody does. Don't you know you're not supposed to ask something like that? Why would somebody want to talk about something they never talk about? You kept your eyes on the ground, watching your toes get swallowed by waves. Even if Shiloh never seemed upset when this topic came up, it made you feel awkward just for having both of your moms. It's okay. I'm like Lizzie and Talia. I don't have a dad. But I don't have two moms. I just have one. She's really great. Oh, sorry. I only have one now, too. My mom isn't here. She's back home. It's just my dad and me.
Sorry.
Aw. I never had a dad or anything, so I don't feel bad. It's really sad that your mom is gone. Cove nodded. Maybe we should not joke about their mom and dad getting together. That might be a little too soon. Everyone seems a little too down for that. Yeah, even if they're all different, our parents are good in their own ways. Yeah. Cove couldn't muster a response. You don't think he truly disagreed, though. The silence broke with a splash as Lizzie kicked in your direction. Cold water and sodden sand splattered against your legs. Lizzie giggled, but still outstretched from the kick. Cove joined in, striking the incoming waves to make a splash of his own. Shiloh scurried out of Cove's spray zone with a grin. Let's retaliate. Use your foot to smack the water pooling around you, sending an arc of sea foam flying back at your sister. You laughed as she spluttered, some of the salty seawater having landed in her mouth. She spat it out. Yuck! Lizzie chased you, intent on revenge. Yeah, for real. We can't back down. You dashed up and down the coast, taking it in turns to be the predator and the prey, as well as joining forces to take down Shiloh or Cove. Alliances were silently forged and wordlessly broken. Everything was fair game in war. Ah! Shiloh's brief explanation was drowned out by the biggest splash yet, caused by him falling face first into the ground. Oh, poor Shiloh. That would have been bad enough without the wave that followed, cascading over his prone body. Oh no! He's gonna feel like he's drowning, poor kid. Shiloh sat up, shaking his head like a dog coming in from the rain. As you all hurried over to check on him, his hair was plastered to his head and his soaked clothes clung. If there were any part of him that was still dry, you couldn't see it. Oh, poor kid is soaked. That was crazy. Are you okay? Yeah, my foot got stuck and I fell over. Oh, you poor sweet summer child.
Dumbo.
Way to go, Shiloh, you Dumbo. Let's offer him some help. Shiloh didn't take your outstretched hand. After a moment, you dropped it. Lizzie was too busy snickering to notice and held out her hand to Shiloh too. He reached over and took it. Slowly, he started to pull himself from the ground. Then he slipped on the slick sand, dragging him and Lizzie down just in time for another wave to hit. The water rolled over them. Now they're both soaked. That's what you get. You should have took our hand. Oh, sorry. What were the odds of that happening twice in a row? You thought they must be low. But there's no way Shiloh would do something like that on purpose, then pretend it was an accident, especially not to Lizzie. Even if your relationship with Shiloh felt unclear, he did at least like her a lot. Lizzie was his favorite, right? Smiling boldly, Lizzie extracted herself from the ground and wiped a streak of sand from her cheek. She didn't intend to let this embarrass her. Shiloh got up again as well, this time without incident. He still looked like a drowned puppy, but that didn't stop Cove laughing at the two of them. With that, it was time to call it a day. The four of you made the journey back home, leaving a trail of wet footsteps and sand in your wake. Damp clothes may have weighed down some of the group, but your spirits were high. Your arms swung side to side as the cool breeze flowed past. Your moms were outside chatting to Cove's dad. Our moms are so pretty. I can't get over how pretty our moms are. Oh my gosh. We're back. Your mom's faces fell as they took in the state you all were in, ranging from messy to soaked.
No.
I mean, they're kids. Elizabeth, is that all that you have to say for yourself? You brought half the beach back with you. Oh, we got the full name. We got Elizabeth. We're not Lizzie right now. We're Elizabeth. They certainly did. What's Marigold going to do when she comes back to get Shiloh? Is that how you want him to be for the long drive home, cold and filthy? Lizzie's expression turned sulky over the scolding. Being the eldest could be fun, but it also meant she was the first to get in trouble when something went wrong. Mr. Holden, on the other hand, chuckled as he ruffled Cove's matted hair. You've been out making memories, bucko. He's just happy he's made friends. I'm glad you had a good time with your friends. Cove used his slightly moist cast arm to push his dad off. Oh, I forgot about the cast. That probably shouldn't get wet. Ooh. Hopefully that'll be okay. Hopefully he kept his arm out of the way. Mr. Holden's eyes widened when he noticed even that... Oh no, it did get wet. I guess I should have just kept reading. Mr. Holden's eyes widened when he noticed even that had gotten wet. Now he was worried too. I think they could have found a less risky way to spend time and had just as much fun. That might be right. Kids, what can you do? Come on, Cove, let's get you cleaned up and dried off. We wouldn't want that cast to have to be reset. Ooh. Is that really? I mean, I guess that is what they would have to do. Okay. Random question, but if a cast gets wet, I assume what you're kind of most worried about, right? Because I think the plaster would be fine. I mean, I've never had a cast, knock on wood. So are you worried about like the, like mold or something on the inside? Like, what is the biggest concern with getting a cast wet? If anyone knows, drop that in the chat. Because I'm curious now. Cove winced at the thought. Okay. That a boy. You're not sure either? Yeah, I really have no idea. Like, what is the actual, like, concern? Or is it, in fact, the plaster? Will the plaster break down or something if it gets wet? I wouldn't think that's it, though. Because, like, well, maybe prolonged exposure to water? I don't know. Mr. Holden casually bent down and plucked Cove up off the ground, ultimately holding Cove against his chest. Sand was already transferring from Cove onto him, but that didn't seem to bother Mr. Holden. Cove protested being carried, but only got a reassuring pat on the back for his trouble.
Take care.
Good night, Cove. Thank you for the talk, Cliff. Night, Phelan family, and Shiloh too. Resigned to his fate, Cove twisted his body in his dad's arms in order to turn around and wave goodbye. Smiling, you waved back. Good night.
Fine.
Well, we'd better do what we can to fix you guys up too. Come on, everybody inside. I want you to march straight to the downstairs bathroom. Dang, we're gonna get like hosed off. Yes, Mom. Okay, Lizzie's mom. Don't worry about stopping to wipe your feet off on the mat this time. That won't do much good tonight. Sitting on an old beach towel your mommy had found, you waited in the hall. Until you were less sandy, you weren't allowed to go into your room or walk around the house. Just Lizzie's mom, does he hate us? I know it feels that way. It really does. Like, dang, he can't be bothered with us. Who's Talia? Just Lizzie. What's also interesting to me is that Lizzie's significantly older than him. Because from what it seems like, obviously Lizzie's our older sister, so she's older than us. She's like, they always like talk about her being in double digits. But he's younger than us. So he's like a little kid to her, like, what, almost preteen self? But you did get to eat a sandwich for dinner there. Felt like an indoor picnic. Crush, maybe? Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. But the thing is, I'm like, okay, but like, it's interesting to me that Liz even like hangs out with him. Like that they are even like friends, that they even play together, because the way Lizzie kind of acts, I'm like, I feel like she would think like, oh, I'm too old for a baby, like, you know, to play little baby games or something. Yeah, like, so I don't really get it. It had been decided that Shiloh would wash first and borrow some of your clothes. He was already finished and packed away in his mom's car. Miss Fields had come to collect him a little while ago. It was a bit of a funny experience seeing him without the hat for once. I want to see him without the hat. I bet he's precious. Lizzie, being much more soaked than you, got into the tub next. It wasn't a bubble bath as she had hoped. This was a no fun allowed cleanup session. At least that's what she claimed. Not much longer, and it would be your turn. When the bath was done, you'd have to go right to bed. After a day like this, though, you were glad there weren't going to be any further events. Drifting off to sleep sounded like a great idea. Oh. Alright, Sand Castle. Cove wasn't able to do many things that summer. When you, him, and Shiloh set out on the shoreline one bright morning, you could tell he wanted to be in the water. But there was no way he'd be swimming anytime soon. Not with his cast. The waves washed a single shell on the shore, glittering in blue, another reminder of the places he couldn't go. From what you'd heard about Cove's old life so far, in tiny pieces and fragments, you could tell that he'd do anything to be able to get the cast off. Like, make a pact with a witch or something, just to get it off his arm. You thought about how his summer last year must have been totally different from this, with his old home and his mom and dad. But now he was here, with you and Shiloh and Lizzie and everyone else, and he couldn't even go in the sea. This town wasn't bad. It had all your favorite things in it, but sitting there on the same beach you'd grown up on, you could understand that not everyone else felt the same way about Sunset Bird as you did. You watched him from the corner of your eye quietly, and he finally said aloud what you've been pondering. I wish I could go in. The water? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. You're gonna be able to do it soon. Cove only sighed in response. Apparently, soon wasn't soon enough. It's so pretty, the ocean. And huge. There could be anything out there. Like mermaids. Yeah. I personally don't swim, so I'm fine here on land. Alright. Obviously not interested in hearing much more of your input on this situation, Cove turned back to the water. Oh no, we upset Cove. But he looked away. Something about Shiloh's slow, careful movements caught his eye. Hey, are you building a sandcastle? Sorta. I was only playing around while you were talking. I'm listening. Maybe I could too. I've only made big piles before. It's really nothing special. I'm sure you'll be good at it right away. Well, how do you do it then? Shiloh's cheeks lit up. You could tell he was a little bit uncomfortable to have Cove's expectant stare on him. I'll play too. I love making sand stuff. Yeah. Okay. He put his hands back to his seashells and sand and nodded. I don't do a lot. Here's how I like to get a house started. Shiloh, focusing more intently than you'd ever seen him, guided Cove through the process. You happily used your own method. It didn't take long for the three of you to each have humble structures prepared. That's all, kind of. You can do anything now, like make it bigger, add some seashells, carve a pretty pattern. I bet you'll have great ideas.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it bigger. Mine's gonna be a real castle. Cool. This is gonna be a house. Looking at the base of your sandcastle, you decided to make a mansion. Looking at the base of your sandcastle, you decided to design a mansion. The better part of the next hour was spent focusing on your own work. The boys were the same. Even Shiloh didn't sneak as many peeks at everyone else as he usually did. You finished shaping before either of them did, glancing up from what you'd built. It seems you'd gotten done fast because they'd already searched around for extra decorations. Shiloh had grabbed most of the really interesting stuff, and Cove had a lot of other shells, but there were still options. The first thing you reached for was a green piece of sea glass. It was the best fit for your mansion, you decided. It was see-through and sparkly, so you put it in a funny place where it'd take a second look to see it. Pleased with your results, you finally took a proper look around that wasn't focused on the sand itself. Both Cove and Shiloh seemed super Both Cove and Shiloh seemed super immersed still. You knew you could probably sneak a peek at either one's work. Let's decide not to look. Let's be surprised with everyone else. You instead watched some clouds go by. The silence was then broken. What's on top of yours, Shiloh? You peeked closer and discovered something shiny sticking out from Shiloh's sand chimney. Oh, that's just a gum wrapper. It looks like smoke.
Neat.
It's good. That's smart. You should be an architect? It looks more like a worm. Yeah, I didn't think of that. You really know a lot about this. Shiloh smiled without a word. And that was it for the current topic. Talia, can I see what you did? Sure. He scooted just a bit nearer and began surveying your work. All you really knew about mansions was that they were supposed to be big, so you'd gone really big. It was the size of a country club that Lizzie played golf at compared to Cove and Shiloh's buildings, probably even bigger. Shiloh quickly decided to jump into the new conversation. Hey Talia, what'd you do? This is my mansion. It looks great. Your house is so big. It's not a big house, it's a mansion. I guess mansions are just really big houses. Huh? Is being a house bad?
No.
No, but we each made our own place. Nobody is the same. There you go, Cove. I think we are. Cove raised an eyebrow at that. If something is the only one of that thing, that makes it special. Yeah, for seeing castles and stuff. People too. My dad always says how everyone is their own man, a real individual. I don't think I'm that special.
Why?
Why not? Nobody else is you. Shiloh simply shook his head. I'm not different. A beat passed between the two. Cove then looked down at his own work again. Okay. He didn't seem to be bothered leaving the disagreement hanging there. Cove had other things on his mind. My dad tried to get me to make sandcastles the first time we came to this beach. I didn't want to. Cove trailed off. Again, there was another moment of silence. Shiloh shifted and opened his mouth to say something, but Cove spoke up before he could. You didn't think he noticed that Shiloh was going to talk. Hey, do you know what happened when your mom met my dad, Talia? You waited to see if Shiloh would say what he wanted to. Wait, that was Shiloh? Oh, no. Okay, I was right. When he didn't, you considered Cove's question. I wasn't there. They didn't tell me. Oh, hello. Welcome, welcome. Oh, and thank you for the follow, by the way. I saw it the other day. I just remembered what happened when I met your dad. Oh, okay. Yeah, she wasn't there. Cove, why are you asking this? I'm so confused. Like, she wasn't there. Oh my gosh, that's too funny. Yeah, Phantom was like, oh, I watched this other streamer that's really cool, and I think you guys would get along. And I was like, Phantom, I'm too nervous to talk to people. What are you talking about? And then I guess he was like, I guess I gotta do everything. I've seen your streams too. I've seen your VODs. Well, like some of your VODs. Because you play games that I like to watch. Like Detroit Become Human. Like, I don't think I would ever play them. Or like Between Two Souls. But I would think they're really cool. Like when I watch other people play them. Why would I never play I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Aren't there like quick time events and stuff in it? Yeah, I should play Detroit. Oh gosh. I'm like, guys, I'm not actually like a great gamer or anything. I enjoy playing games, but I actually suck. So if there's anything that requires any actual skill along with the story, it's just gonna be watching me flounder for like 2 hours. Or 3 hours, or however long I stream it. It would get painful to watch, that's why. Oh! There's an easy... Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, then, okay, I might look into it then. I'll add it to the list to look into. Yeah, because I like the story aspect of it. I almost like, you know, games that are like... yeah, mind blown, exactly. I like games that are like, here's story. And then you just almost like choose your own route. Choose your own adventure in the story. Also, I get motion sick in games, so if it has too much like me moving in first person, then I can play about an hour before I'm like, okay, I'm done. See you guys next time. Oh, don't get on Steam. Okay. $12. I could actually afford that. Cause see, I am balling on a budget, so like I'm playing free games. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty mind blown right now. I'm like, oh, whole new world. Also, I saw that you like Avatar. Ah, I just clicked through a bunch of dialogue. I didn't mean to do that. Whoops. 1, 2, skip a few. Okay. Give you a second. But I saw that you like Avatar The Last Airbender. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love Avatar The Last Airbender. And then I saw your tattoo. Your tattoo is sick. So sick. I was like, dang, I wish I could show her my like 3-foot appa. Ooh, I want to see it. I have to remember that for whatever reason, there's the option of scrolling back in dialogue with the little scroll part of your mouse, and I accidentally touch it all the time, and then it takes me back, and I'm like, whoa. Oh, I just did it again. Oh my god. Where was I? Oh, we're talking about what happened when we met Cove's dad. Mr. Holden had been a weird stranger then. Well, he was still kind of strange. No other parent acted like him. But you knew him better at this point. Oh yeah, because he's just like a surfer dad. Now that you thought about it, it made a lot of sense that Cove's dad talked to him about people being unique. You were pulled from your thoughts when Cove continued. Oh, well, I was there. I don't think my mom has met your dad. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she hasn't. Talia's parents and my dad met the same day I met her. I'm gonna say what happened. Shiloh frowned to himself, ducking his head. His hat cast a shadow over his face. You could still tell he was upset at not being included in Cove's choice of topic. That was kind of boring for him, though giving people their own turn to say things they want was important too. I want like Cove to be able to tell a story, but I don't like Shiloh was talking. Dang, one of them's gonna be sad. Either way, one of them's gonna be sad. Okay, sorry, Shiloh. Hey, Shiloh, you ditched us for our sister, okay, numerous times. So you know what? I feel a little less bad. Shiloh could talk about stuff after Cove had a chance to share what he planned on. Fuck Shiloh. Yeah, exactly. When he moved here, we didn't bring a lot of things with us. Only some stuff that would fit in Dad's car. We didn't even get a moving truck. He probably doesn't even like us. Exactly. He probably doesn't even like us. I sat in there while Dad brought it all inside. I didn't want to get out because I knew Dad would make me... What? I knew Dad would make me look around the new house. I really didn't want to do that. His lips twisted into a frown as he recalled that. Then I saw your moms. They were in a car too and stopped at your house. I guess they were coming back from somewhere or something. My dad noticed. He waved his hand, then went over to the front of your house where he started talking to them. I don't know what they said. I couldn't hear it. But he couldn't see me anymore since he was looking the other way. So I opened the door and left. I went to get away and went behind the houses. I found those hills there. The ones where we met for the first time. Cove nodded, then stared at you. You stared back. He didn't go on to say anything more. Aren't you going to finish your story? Cove's brows wrinkled. Like he didn't understand why you were surprised. Who this? Yeah, Phantom, you got your wish. Give him the hell looking. Oh, I see. Just a random dude from the EU that don't have a sleeping schedule. You need a sleeping schedule. That's not healthy. Oh! Oh my gosh! Thanks! Oh my gosh, the power of having 2 screens now. I feel like I'm on top of the world. I'm like, I can actually see multiple things at one time. The struggle has been so hard. I'm literally started from the bottom, now I'm here, except I'm still not all that far. I'm still at the bottom, but just a little higher than I was originally, you know. Started from the bottom, now I'm like, I step up from the bottom. Yeah, as you will probably find out, I am the epitome of not tech savvy. I'm the epitome of tech struggle. I have more technologically inclined friends that have to explain literally everything to me. And I'm like, but they couldn't hear the game. What happened? And I'm like, okay, you can skip past the part of did you turn it off and turn it back on. I'm not that bad, but like, okay, I'm not too much better, I will say. But I'm learning. I am learning. But yeah, so Phantom, I guess you're the best for bothering people to help me make friends. Also, I'm taking this opportunity to drink ginger tea because otherwise I lose my voice halfway through streaming. And then the person who edits my VODs is like, drink something. And I'm like, it doesn't matter how much I drink, I will still lose my voice. And then he's like, gargle hot water. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, but that could be painful. So now I'm drinking ginger tea, because ginger, I think, is also supposed to be good for your throat. So here we are. Cove's brow wrinkled, like he didn't understand why you were surprised.
Huh?
That's all that happened. Why did you tell that story if nothing happened? Exactly. You really gotta get better at telling stories. Thanks for telling me. He's so happy with himself, he's like, you're welcome. Even if not much happened, you were going to complain about knowing the story. You weren't going to complain about knowing the story. Shiloh's mouth twisted into a scowl of disbelief, but he said nothing. Shiloh's probably thinking, you let this boy keep talking over me, and there was no actual story? Why'd you bring that up anyway? There was a slight shrug of Cove's shoulder.
Wow.
I was thinking about it because of the sandcastles. It made me remember when I moved here. Dad showed me the beach at first, before we went back to the car to unpack. He was really excited about it for some reason. Cove's brows furrowed a little more as he quietly raked his hands through the sand. I get it. You thought maybe Mr. Holden wasn't that excited about the beach and was instead hoping Cove might be. I mean, that's smart. But the line of conversation had come to its end. Even Cove was done with it. Some other topic had popped into his head. Yeah, I will definitely give it a shot now and tell you all about it. So I can be like, oh my gosh, this game was amazing. And I finally got to play it for myself. It's one of the best games ever created. Oh my gosh, that's such high praise. Dang. Will that be next stream game? Maybe. Anytime I'm like, yeah, I'll take suggestions for games to play, then Phantom's over here like, play a horror game. And I'm like, we do not want me playing a horror game, because what will happen is I will just be screaming in your ears for 2 hours. And no one wants that. Also, I tend to stream kind of like later. So then if it starts getting dark as I'm playing this horror game, I will lose my mind. I will never be able to sleep again. Phantom just kind of sucks. Yeah, I don't really do horror games. I'm like, Phantom, this is cozy stream time. Everything's cozy. Get the cozy vibes, you know? And then he's over here like, play a horror game. And I'm like, okay, what if during Halloween I play like something cute and cozy that's kind of spooky-ish? Like Cult of the Lamb or something. But he said that doesn't count. I guess we can't say he sucks too bad though, because I like wouldn't have met you otherwise. So that's really cool. I will give him this news just this once while he may or may not be here to hear it. But this is the only props I'm giving him because it'll go to his head. Shiloh fidgeting uncomfortably in the sand had made Cove aware of his presence again. They looked at each other and you could only wonder what this might be about. Hey, Shiloh. Yeah? Why are you always turning so red? Even when nothing is happening? Clearly startled, he jerked back. Neither you or Shiloh had expected that to be how he got included in the conversation again. That's true. But, what? No, you don't suck, no. You seem so cool in your streams. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so cool. And has great taste in shows. I don't know. I guess. Okay, it's kind of weird. Shiloh's eyes were wide with embarrassment and his lips twitched, and he was blushing even harder than before. Maybe it wasn't only this. Perhaps it was simply the last straw. But it was a big deal to Shiloh. A huge deal. He didn't just look sad. He seemed almost panicked. You weren't sure if he was about to cry or run away or what, but soon you got an answer. Why do you wear glasses? Most kids don't wear glasses, and nobody is named Cove. Oh, dang, Shiloh. Who asked you to come? It was probably just your dad bugging Talia's family some more, because you don't have anyone else who will play with you. Rude. Rude, Shiloh, rude. Cove blinked. The tension on the beach was suddenly uncomfortable in a way you didn't know how to laugh off. Why do you wear glasses? Because I'm blind. Yeah, exactly. Like, what the hell? Oh my man. It didn't seem like the kind of thing he'd get upset about, though you had never known what kind of thing would bother Shiloh. I'm sorry. Me too. I was just wondering. Are you gonna build some more? You want to keep building sandcastles? Yeah, okay. Cove glanced at Shiloh, who whose smile hadn't returned to full power, then at you. All right. What a relief. You were glad it was settled. You all went back to making more sand buildings, but the whole mood had changed. Shiloh's cheeriness was clearly gone, and Cove looked as confused as ever about why the other boy had blown up. They stayed uncomfortable the rest of the afternoon, right up to the moment that Shiloh's mom appeared at the beach to take him home. At least you tried to do something to resolve it, though, and it seemed like it had helped. Even though Shiloh's smile when he said goodbye to Cove wavered, it stayed as bright as ever for you. That had to count for something. But with Shiloh gone and the sun going down, you knew it was time for you and Cove to head to your own houses. The two of you trailed out the park together toward the neighborhood. The walk home was quiet. You passed by familiar landmarks, shoes thumping against the sidewalk in near perfect unison. Cove was clearly caught up in thinking about something. Let's ask what he's thinking. Something was definitely up, so you chose to reach out to him and ask. Hey Cove, is everything okay? You're making a funny face. Oh, I was just wondering. Cove fell silent again for a few more seconds, then sighed. Why'd Shiloh act like that? When I said he was all red a lot. He gets embarrassed. I mean, like, it was kind of rude to ask, but at the same time, like, I get him being curious about it. I don't know. I mean, I don't really want to answer for him because honestly, I don't know why you got all, like, upset about it. Yeah. Man, I hate, like, understanding both sides. Like, I get what he was trying to accomplish, but yeah, okay, we're gonna shrug. There really wasn't much you had to say about Shiloh. He was Lizzie's friend. Yeah, that fits. I guess I can get it. Why he would do that. Sometimes I get really mad too. Despite seemingly coming to a conclusion, Cove's mood was still sour. Hey, Talia? Was Shiloh telling the truth? Huh? Uh-oh. His gaze left yours as he dug the sole of his shoe into the ground. He looked oddly vulnerable for a second. Does my dad make you hang out with me? I know he talks to your moms about that a lot. An uncomfortable weight settled in your chest at that question. You liked spending time with Cove. You didn't even have to think hard about it. You knew you did. But you couldn't help feeling guilty. Cove still didn't know what happened when you met Mr. Holden. Oh my gosh. This is about to potentially get really sad. Do we tell him the truth? I don't know. Oh man. Okay, it is true though that no one is currently making us spend time with him. So we're not lying. We're just maybe not disclosing everything right at this particular moment. Let's go with that one. Okay, yes. All right, so Shiloh just moved here to this area, and on the first day of him being there, his dad came up to us and offered us money to hang out with him. We declined the money, so we did not take the money, but we were like, sure, we'll hang out with him and, spend time with him and get to know him. And now we have, and now we actually like spending time with him and hanging out with him. So that's why, in my defense, I feel like it is true that no one is currently making us. And okay, to be like completely fair, even earlier, no one was making us spend time with him. Sure, we were kind of bribed, but we refused the bribe. And therefore, it's on our own volition anytime we ever hang out with him. And always has been. And that is my truth. And I am sticking to it. I think it's because, like, Cove's dad feels guilty about them. Like, about him and Cove's mom, like, being divorced and him having to move here and all of this stuff. And I think he's afraid in this new area, like, he won't have friends. So he's like, here, please, neighborhood child, you seem nice. Your moms are nice. Go spend time with my son. So he will be less weird and awkward. Yeah. Oh, can I tell you a bit about myself? Like, what do you want to know? I am not old, like, regardless of what Phantom says about me, even though he calls me old all the time. Even though we have discovered that he is only 4 years younger than me, so not old. But I am 32. What else? Oh, I only know how old he is because I was like, if he kept calling me old, I was calling him a baby. I was like, oh, so you're like a literal child. And then I was like, oh, you're not actually. What do you mean? That's not old. That is not old. Oh my god. I'm just gonna go pass away now. Just gotta go. Jeez. Not you too. Et tu, Brute? From old. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm just gonna go turn to dust now. Just go turn to dust and evaporate, you know. Blow away in the wind, dang. No, I am like fine wine. I just get better with age. East or west? Neither. The middle. Phantom! What? I'm not old. You're so mean. Cove's shoulders relaxed. You hadn't even noticed that he had tensed up. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Anyway, I didn't think you were pretending. I just wanted to make sure it was okay is all. Thanks for telling me. Oh, his smile is so bright and cute. He's so precious. Not the horror games again. What made me decide to start streaming? Okay, so I am a giant nerd. I'm a big nerd. I like more specifically a weeb. Like, I love anime, right? I'm one of those. And so I watch VTubers, you know, like with the fully rigged models and everything. And that's my goal, is one day I want a fully rigged model. So until then, I am PNG. Also, because PNG was cheaper. I don't have money for a fully rigged model.
Thanks.
Your throat tightened. It was hard to meet Cove's earnest gaze again. Keeping secrets was hard. Oh no, keeping secrets is hard. Yeah, so like VTubers have like that have like fully moving models, you know, with like body tracking and stuff. They're rigged so that they can move like that. And that's what I want. I want movement. So, like, you know, when I blink, when I move, she'll blink and move. You're welcome. By now, the two of you were on the sidewalk near your house. It was time to part ways. I think he's ready for a hug. Let's hug him. You stepped forward and wrapped your arms around him tightly. You turned your head, resting your cheek on his shoulder. Cove stood there awkwardly with his hands at his sides. Okay, maybe not. Maybe he's not ready for that yet. He wasn't much of a hugger, but you didn't get the impression he was unhappy that you were. Bye, Cove. See you tomorrow. Yeah, bye, Talia. You pulled away, then jogged towards your house. When you looked back, you saw Cove making his way back home too. As if he felt your eyes on him, he turned around. He waved. You did too. You still felt a little unsure with what you were supposed to do about the deal Cove's dad had offered. It's in the past. It's fine. We can just forget about it, right? You didn't want to say something bad or something you shouldn't. You had no idea how Cove would take it either. It would be terrible if it made him feel bad. What if he didn't want to play with you anymore? You might change your mind sometime. There was always tomorrow after all. But for now, it was definitely something that you could keep to yourself. With a final look, you went inside your house. Aww, that was precious. Oh, that's kind of cool. You want to see me? Yeah, you'll see a fully moving, drawn, animated version of me. Phantom, I'm too shy. I'm too shy. Besides, I like the idea that people don't know who I am. You be shy sometimes too? Yeah. Like, I can be outgoing once I know people. I don't tend to be outgoing with people I don't know. Besides, if people are gonna comment on looks, I'd rather them comment on looks that aren't actually mine. Alright, I think this is the like last chapter we have before it's like DLCs, like stuff I have to actually pay for, so we're gonna go through this one too. Alright, tonight we're gonna catch fireflies. Or as we call them, lightning bugs. Yeah, I am Midwestern to answer your question from earlier. At this blunt declaration from your sister, you looked up from your macaroni and cheese dinner. Fireflies were a familiar sight over the summer, coming out on warm nights to dance through the sky. Tonight was particularly balmy. You knew there were bound to be a ton of them around. Oh. You are you? Yeah. I started eating faster. You looked over at your mom's. You pushed your food around your plate. Yeah. What do I like to do for fun? What do I do for fun? I hang out with friends. I watch anime. Occasionally go to cons. Like anime conventions. I'm about to go to my first ever concert, so I'm super excited about that. It is a K-pop concert. What else? I mean, of course I like do things like read. Oh, I also sew. I love to sew. At some point, if I can figure out how, I think I might want to do a sewing hand cam. Because I've like sewn cosplays and stuff before. Who? I'm going to see ATEEZ. I don't know if you know who they are, but I love Stray Kids and ATEEZ. So I'm going to see them. Do you feel included, Phantom? Yes, I am glad you like to sleep. That's cool too. You rocked lightly from side to side in your seat, already excited for your after-dinner activity. Catching fireflies was a great way to spend a summer evening, and you could already envision the little lightning bugs drifting through the darkened sky. That's a good idea, Lizzie. Can we, Mrs. Phelan? Shiloh tapped his fork against the table excitedly, his face lighting up as he looked at Lizzie. So what if... I'm afraid of what you're about to suggest, Phantom. Yeah, it is so exciting. We're literally going in 2 weeks? I think 2 weeks from now? I am so excited. I full on have like my light stick and I am ready to go. And I am almost, other than the fact of actually seeing them, you know, in life, I'm also just very excited about getting to dress up for it. I love a good occasion to dress up. You know what? Actually, that idea wasn't as bad as I was expecting, Phantom. I was getting nervous. You make me nervous when you have ideas. Like, who let you think? How do you kick someone from a stream? Oh my gosh. I will say, you know, that's not completely his fault, because I made a joke one time about if I collabed with someone calling the stream Two Girls, One Stream, making a reference to something that you hopefully don't know about. It was unusual for Shiloh to still be here. Yeah. Yeah, that's why my channel has to be 18 plus. Yeah, my mind's kind of perpetually in the gutter. Yeah, I kind of can be sometimes, sorry. It was unusual for Shiloh to still be here. Like always, his mom had to bring him over really early in the morning before her job started. Wow, okay, well, I'm glad my chat's so innocent and nice and... yeah, okay. What happened to the saying, like streamer, like chat? Or like chat, like streamer, or something like that? Maybe I didn't find my people yet. But normally she would have picked him up by now. She called before dinner to let your moms know she'd be late. You didn't hear why. Probably more work things. You thought maybe getting to hang out with Shiloh for longer is what made Lizzie want to keep running around outside. Oh, you gotta go, Phantom? Well, have a good rest of your early morning? Early morning. Hopefully you get rest after work. Thanks for hanging out with me. Staying at home watching TV was never an option. Almost 4. Ugh. Yeah, get rest. Staying at home and watching TV was never an option for her with guests over. That's why you were pretty sure she'd get your moms to agree. Yeah, you take care as well. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. Well, it's already so dark out there. Lizzie gave Mom the best puppy dog eyes she could, slowly spooning mac and cheese into her mouth while you waited for their response. Let them go. Nights like this don't happen very often. Every time I see our moms, I'm just like, they are so pretty. I can't handle. Your parents exchange a look. Then Mom eventually sighed and nodded back. Yeah, exactly. Why are they so hot? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've been freaking out ever since I saw them. Yes. Along with Lizzie's cheers, you threw your arms up in triumph, but waited until you'd finished chewing to say something because you knew it was rude to talk with your mouth full. Fine, fine. Just make sure you stay on the hill behind our house with all the poppies, okay? Duh, Mom. That's where most of them are. There was a week I went on 2 dates with 2 moms. I think it was my mom era. That's funny. Is that your type? Do you have a MILF type? Not judging, just curious. The idea had only been planted in your head, but already you could just picture all the glowing lights spread out in front of you, like the fairies from the bedtime stories Mommy read sometimes. Not at all, that's just what's available for your age range. So, are you old too then? Do you have no right to be calling me old? Is that what I'm hearing? What? Huh? All too quickly, it became a race to see who could finish their food first. No choking at the dinner table now. That's right. If someone died, we'd have to cancel the Firefly trip after all. Mom said it like a joke, but you knew that they were both telling you kids to slow down. What? Okay. Wow, okay. I see how it is. Don't be over 30. So what, are you like just under 30 then? Shiloh did immediately. Wait, you're older than me? And you're calling me old? For shame. How dare? How dare? A little bit, okay. How dare call me old? You're shameful AF 100%. I am a young spring chicken, thank you. Especially because I'm small too. People don't think I'm older than like 23. I had someone doubt that my driver's license was real when I tried to buy wine. Hey, you can't pick on me too. I already have Phantom. I don't need more. Yeah, I can tell. It's these small jeans, man. But you come from... No, what? Law of transference, no. Not the all caps. No, I just meant like in your VODs, like you don't look particularly tall. I'm sorry. I don't know how to make that sound. You know what? We're gonna keep reading. Shiloh did immediately. When you glanced at Lizzie, you saw her still eating faster than she should. Elizabeth.
Jeez.
No one's gonna die. Sheesh. A knock on the door interrupted Mom before she... Wait, what? Knock on the door interrupted Mom before she could no doubt scold your sister. I'll get it. Your big sister jumped out of her seat and ran over to the door, pulling it open without even looking out the window to see who it was.
Huh?
Huh? You shifted in your seat to try to get a glimpse of the unexpected guest.
Hi.
Good evening, Cove. Your mommy had already walked to the door by the time you managed to see past Shiloh's floppy hat. Oh, Cove! Hi, you're here! Cove smiled at your enthusiastic greeting, and you hoped Mommy would ask him to stay. It didn't matter why he was there. It meant he could join you all in catching fireflies. Then for a few seconds, Cove said nothing. He only stood there and looked up at your mommy with a face almost like he was considering turning around and leaving. My dad told me to drop this off because I guess he borrowed it from you. Cove took a familiar screwdriver from out of his large side pocket. Eyes now dropped to the floor. I love how he took this out of his large side pocket. Even children and boys' clothes get large side pockets. Girls, what do we get? Nothing. You get pockets that you can get the first knuckle of your fingers in. You definitely would not be pulling a screwdriver out of them. We left ours back home when we moved. Great, thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
God, Lizzie's rude. Thank you. Here, why don't you come inside for a bit? Lizzie crossed her arms and lifted her chin. Cove shrugged, and Mom stood from the table too. I'll give your dad a call to let him know you got here all right. Cove shuffled fully inside, eyes remaining on the ground. Mommy closed the door behind him. Hi, Cove. Shiloh gave Cove a friendly smile while waving by holding up his hand and opening and closing his fingers. Cove nodded in response. Let's ask him if he's going to catch fireflies with us. You could see Lizzie eyeing you for mentioning the excursion to an outsider, but she'd get over it. Yeah, it's about us and our friend. You hoped Cove would say yes. That way you wouldn't be the odd one out with Lizzie and Shiloh anymore.
Yeah.
I can do that. I've never caught one before. You know what? Me either. Actually, I've never caught lightning bugs before. It's too bad he didn't have a chance before now. The fireflies weren't out when he first moved in, and there must not have been anywhere he used to live. We can't go until after dinner. After she pointed this out, Lizzie walked back to the table and took her seat. There wasn't much left on her plate. Since this was very true, you decided to finish up your own stuff as well. Cove stepped closer and eyed what was on the menu for your family's meal. Have you eaten yet? Yeah, my dad and I ate earlier. What do you have? Eggs. Bro, does your dad not know how to cook? The clipped one-word answer seemed to discourage Shiloh from asking any more questions. His eyes slowly wandered back to the last scraps of food on his plate. Her phone call with Cove's dad must have ended because your mom came back into the room.
Okay.
Cove, your dad said you can stay up for a little while if you'd like, but he's going to come get you before it gets too much later. Sure.
Fine.
Oh, fun! This will be so nice. As you polished off your meal, you'd hope it would be too. The three of you all finished eating shortly after, and Lizzie led the way outside. Remember, don't stray too far. It's fine, Mom. Oh my gosh, I feel like this is what I sounded like as a kid. Shiloh trailed so closely after Lizzie, he was nearly stepping on her heels. Cove hesitated at the door. Coming? After a moment, he did.
Bye.
Bye, children. The two of you were a good 10 or 15 feet behind Lizzie and Shiloh by the time you walked outside. You pushed the door shut behind you, watching their figures get further and further away. You're so slow, Talia. We don't have all night. You You started to run when you heard Lizzie's voice calling you, but paused when you saw Cove still walking at a relaxed pace. What I do for a living? Well, right now I work at a retail store. I've done a few different things. I've had a few different kind of life passions, and that just led to a kind of sorted working career that is still a work in progress. Let's walk with him. Yeah, it's almost like a long life story, get degree, decide you don't want to do what your degree's in. You tried it, you didn't like it, so then have done other things since then, and then gone back to school numerous times for various different things, and still haven't quite figured it out yet. What about you? What do you do? You fell behind, sidling up next to him and matching his stride. He noticed right away.
It's okay.
You can go ahead if you want. You smile and shake your head. I don't. A typical gay. You're in IT. That's amazing though. That's cool. I feel like it fits for a streamer to be into IT. Are you what is it, like a Patagonia wearing gay? A Patagonia IT? I feel like everyone in tech wears Patagonia. After a short while... Hell no. Okay, I gotta tell you this funny kind of story, or at least I think it's funny. So I was talking to one of my friends, and I really love plaid, but not flannels. I like the plaid as in the patterns, right? But not flannels. I love checks in pants or shirts or sweaters or something, right? And my friend was like, a plaid shirt wearing IT? You know what? You really are the epitome. The epitome. But my friend was like, you know what? Maybe that's the bisexual part of you, right? Because you like plaids, but you don't like flannels. And I was like, what? But it just cracked me up. It's like, you know what? Sure, why not? After a short while, the two of you reached the hill behind the house. That's an actual mood? Yeah, I was like, I guess that's a thing. I love plaids and checks and stuff, but I like the patterns. I don't actually care for flannels, aesthetically. Do they keep you warm and stuff, and do they serve a purpose? Yes, but they're not my style. I feel like my style is very varied, very kind of eclectic, because it's almost mood based, right? Sometimes I want to look like a Victorian schoolboy. Other times I want to look super frilly. I don't know, tucked in, button up flannel. Feel kind of dapper sometimes. Okay, yeah. What does that look like? So this is gonna be my concert outfit, actually, is how what I describe as Victorian schoolboy. So it's these shorts, right, that are knee length. They're black on one side and plaid on the other. And then that with a ruffled top. Basically, I don't know if you watch, oh god. I don't know if you watch like Black Butler at all. Like, I don't know if you are an anime fan, like in general, like for other animes, but like CL Phantom Hive from Black Butler is little Victorian schoolboy. Oh gosh, now you're gonna look it up. The fireflies were out full force, floating on the breeze, their gentle glow winking in and out, creating an almost magical feel. Lizzie had already climbed to the top. Shiloh was spinning in circles somewhere around the middle. Yeah, isn't it though? Wow. Shiloh took a moment to come over and welcome the both of you to the hill. Hi guys, it's really great out, huh? See how many there are? Yeah. Firefly danced through the air, landing on Cove's sea green head. You and Shiloh couldn't help but giggle. Covering your mouth with your hand, the sound escaped you, and Cove looked at you in confusion. What? You gestured to his head, and he reached up, making the firefly dart away. Cove jumped, then followed after the glow. Oh, look! Lizzie has one! That's amazing! Shiloh ran to the highest point of the hill, making sure not to lose his hat or backpack along the way. You hummed as the group dived and conquered, shifting your gaze to the dozens of fireflies sailing around you. The game was on. Oh, we have a bandage on our hand? We were so good at not getting cuts or scratches, so we weren't too worried about that. Okay, I definitely get cuts and scratches, especially sewing. Like, I have cut into my fingers, sliced my fingers, stabbed my fingers, like... Probably have it on our palm. Spotting one close by, you approached it with an assassin-like stealth, crouching down to make yourself seem like less of a threat. I guess. Did Phantom actually tell you that? Did he tell you that? That loser. He wasn't actually supposed to say that. That's so embarrassing. Well, he's not wrong, but I didn't think he would just go and tell you that. Dang. I guess I won't be shy. Now that I've talked to you. Aw, gummy bear. Honestly, like, it's not like you, like, personally. I'm just a little baby streamer that started literally, what am I, like 2 months old now? A little bit over 2 months old. So I'm like, no one wants to talk to me. So it's just like other streamers in general intimidate me. You're a no one streamer? That's not true. Bro, I am a no one streamer. I'm over here like, my goal is to get to 30 followers. Woo! Also, all of your like transitions and stuff are really sick. I love it. Aw, thank you. I just keep telling myself I will find my people someday. I'm sure I have content for someone. Like, I am definitely not going to be for everyone, but it took years to get there. Yeah, I'm prepared for the slow climb. Did you make all of your stuff like that? You like all your scenes and your transitions and stuff? Did you do that? Aw, thank you. Phantom also told me I have a soothing voice. I want to do ASMR someday, but the ASMR mic is pretty expensive, so it's on my throne wish list. Hopefully someday. Hell no. Still draw stick figures? Me too. If I had to draw it, I'd have to be looking at the reference. Forget the reference. I'd have to be looking at the step-by-step YouTube tutorial. And even then, it would probably not turn out to look like what it was supposed to. I like panicked in fashion design classes when I was like, I have to draw? Crap. Who created my avatar? So I bought her off Etsy. Because again, I'm poor, so I couldn't actually commission an artist. I have a friend who is a PNG tuber as well, and she has a beautiful model. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. But she paid someone a lot of money, paid an artist, commissioned artist, and her artist took great time and detail in her model. And I'm like, I found mine really cheap on Etsy. Slowly dragging one foot in front of the other, you crept up towards it, arms outstretched. Oh, we're about to catch a firefly. You closed your hands around the little glowing orb, careful not to crush it. The firefly landed in your palm, almost docile, and you stared down at your prize in delight. Its tiny legs tickled your skin, and you giggled at the sensation. Cove kept up with his own target, but when he tried to grab it with his pink cast waving awkwardly through the air, foiling his efforts to clap his hands around the firefly. Ah. Cove watched it vanish into thin air with a dissatisfied expression on his face. Let's encourage him to try again. You'll get the next one. Did you catch one? You nodded, and Cove gave up his hunt for a moment, coming closer and peering at the insect still crawling across your palm. You held out your hand, and he leaned closer, his eyes widened a tad behind his glasses. Cove remained hypnotized by the little bug as he inched his hand closer to yours. Ultimately, he settled his fingers lightly over the top of the ones you were holding open. It tingled. Well, stay still. The last thing you wanted was to accidentally scare the shining treasure off. The firefly, noticing the new connection, crawled up to Cove's hand. He quietly gasped. It worked. Yeah, you got one. Cove's lips turned up to a slow smile, and his eyes shined brighter than the bug. Oh, we helped him catch a lightning bug. Thanks, Talia. With a laugh, he gave the palm of your hand a friendly smack, performing an awkward low five. Startled by the extreme movement, the tiny light disappeared before you could even blink. Your firefly was gone.
Sorry.
Oops, sorry. Let's forgive him. That's okay. I couldn't keep it forever.
You're right.
Right, bugs have to stay outside. Let's get another. Let's collect more. Uh-huh, we can work together. His face broke out into a wide grin. We'll get a bunch. With renewed vigor, you ran out into the hill. You're not sure how much time passed while you were in the thick of it, All you could focus on was the adventure at hand. No critter was safe from your grasp. At first, you tried to keep a tally of how many you had caught, but once the number grew higher than 10, you had no more fingers left to count with. You were having the time of your life, racing up and down the hill with the crash of the ocean and the sound of everyone's laughter echoing in the background. Talia, this way! You followed the sound of Cove's voice to the top of the hill, watching as he stretched his arms in front of him, reaching with his fingers and only narrowly missing his target. Cove and you took turns trying to scare fireflies in the direction of the other. You showed him some techniques that you had learned, like how to cup your hands correctly, and he listened attentively before trying for himself. There were a few times when you almost ran into each other, giggling as you dove to the side at the last moment. Luckily, disaster was avoided each time. It was an overall huge success, with the both of you catching multiple fireflies each. Eventually, the fireflies began to thin out and your energy started to lapse. You decided it was time to call off the hunt. Cove didn't complain. He breathed in heavily and his face seemed really flushed. That was fun. A lot of fun. You smiled at him broadly, happy that he had enjoyed the activity. Yeah, it was.
Come on!
Talia, Cove, get up here. We're gonna have a race. The shouting caught you off guard. It had been quite a while since you heard from Lizzie or Shiloh. You glanced over to see them both standing at the top of the hill again, Lizzie beckoning to you with quick hand gestures. If she was like that, you knew there wasn't much room for disagreement. Up the incline you went. From the corner of your eye, you saw Cove was coming as well. He didn't care for Lizzie a lot, so you thought he might be intrigued just by the idea of a race. Or he's doing it for you because he's your friend. What about Japanese or Korean reality shows? I can't say I've really seen many. Like, the only one I can really think of that I've seen is like, what's it called? Like, All Grown Up or something? It's a show about little kids going on their first errand. And it was like the most precious thing ever. It was so cute. But I'd be down to watch them if you have recommendations. Hi, Cove, you can't roll down the hill. You could hurt your arm again. You'll have to be the referee for the rest of us. Oh no, now we're leaving out Cove. As Lizzie pointed this out, Cove froze in place. Oh, it was that kind of race. He frowned down at his cast. This was the second time it got in the way tonight. What? Yeah, you'll watch and see who gets the bottom first. That's important. Got it? I guess. The cast was sturdy. If he was careful, he could have done it. Lizzie might have been looking for a reason to make someone else the referee, but it was already decided. Guys live in the same house and work on a coffee. Oh, that sounds adorable. Yeah, the only Japanese like reality shows I've watched are like, oh man, I forgot what they're all called, but there's one that's like Love Island or something. I've watched that one. That one was pretty cool. I was like invested, not gonna lie. Have I seen Terrace House? I know I've like scrolled past it, but I don't know if I've actually watched it. This one was like they're on an island and like they have to go ring the bell of love when they like they're all just kind of introduced to each other, and then they like they're all living in the same house and have to like fix up the house, and then like once they think they found the one, they go ring the bell of love or whatever, and then they like confess to the other person, and if the person returns their feelings, they get to leave the island. But even if the person doesn't return their feelings, like that person who rang the bell has to leave. And they get more people. let's stay with Cove.
Really?
Yeah, it is super cute. What's the show with the coffee truck called? I'm like, I want to know. I want to watch this. There we go. That's what we could do for a stream. Let's have a watch along. The boyfriend? Okay. Gonna write that down on my sticky note here. Oh my gosh, yes, I would love to watch it with you. Yeah, that's the thing is when I watch those shows, I want to talk about them with people and I'm like, oh, no one else has watched this thing. Yeah. Yes, I am totally down. Really? Why? You don't have to. No, we're gonna stay with our friend Cove. It's okay, I want to watch. So it's just gonna be a race with two of them? You moved beside him on the top of the hill, even though Lizzie eyed you and made a face. Yeah, Lizzie's definitely not happy. That's not how races work. We only need one referee. Thank God. Okay, so there's something good coming from Phantom's meddling. Yeah. Yeah, see, exactly. He sometimes, you know, is pretty okay. He may call me old and bully me in my chat, but, you know, he does watch my YouTube videos and, like, comments on them to help them gain traction. And he is in most of my streams, even when he's the only one in my streams. Shrugging your shoulders, you refuse to budge, and Lizzie let out a huff before throwing her hands in the air. Speaking of which, when do you stream? Like, what time? Because I'm like, I somehow always miss you, and I'm like, am I just asleep when you stream? Fine, I'll be the winner, whether you join or not. Oh, wow, Lizzie, okay. Lizzie moved to lay down, and Shiloh did the same. Cove stood slightly to the side to get a better vantage point, and you stood next to him. Eight, 5 EST. Okay, I'm trying to think. Okay, so that's 2 hours behind me, right? So, man, I feel dumb right now. Okay, so it's like what? No. I can do math. Maybe I can't do math. Maybe it's too late for my brain to do math. You know what? I can just look this up. Why am I trying to do math? Forget this mess. I can look that up. Oh, thank you. Oh my God. Oof. I was struggling for a second. Oh, that's why I always miss you, because I stream at the exact same times you do. Well, to be fair, usually I'm ending now. So maybe I just miss you because I go to bed. And I'm like, okay, end stream. Good night, everybody. Go to bed. Lizzie moved to lay down, and Shiloh did the same. Cove stood slightly to the side to get a better vantage point, and you stood next to him. Count down. Cove stood up a little straighter. It seemed like he was taking his newfound referee duties seriously. Also, if you'd be streaming right now, feel free to go stream. I definitely appreciate the company, but definitely go stream if you would like to. Three, 2, 1, go! Good refereeing, Cove. Lizzie and Shiloh took off, letting gravity do the work and roll at the high speed toward the bottom of the hill. You and Cove leaned forward to watch them go, eyes peeled for which of the two would reach the bottom first. They were neck and neck until about halfway down the hill. Lizzie started to veer off to the side, giving Shiloh a huge advantage. A wine and chill kind of night? Ah, I get those. Matter of fact, that's probably what I'd be doing when we're watching The Boyfriend, is drinking wine, watching The Boyfriend. I had this bright idea to have like what I called girls' night, where I just like had my friends over and I was like, hey guys. I know this isn't something like we normally do or anything, but do you want to like watch, what is it? What's that show called? It's a dating reality TV show too, where they are like in pods and they like talk to each other through pods and they never see each other. I was like, do you guys want to like have snacks and like drink and just watch that show? Love is Blind, yes. So yeah, we were watching Love is Blind, I think like season 4. Have I seen all the seasons? I have not. I have only seen like parts, most of, I think, season 4. 4 or 5, whichever one is the latest season. That one. She obviously hadn't noticed a thing, and as soon as Shiloh reached the bottom of the hill, he jumped up excitedly and threw his hands in the air. I won! Almost immediately, he fell back onto the grass, still dizzy from his roll down the hill. Oh yeah, I definitely know about the disaster of Barnett and Jessica. Barnett. There were some of the couples that I thought like, oh, they're cute. Maybe they could really be something. And others, I'm like, oh my god. They are a train wreck. Lizzie stomped out of the bush as she had ended up, spluttering angrily and brushing leaves from the front of her dress. Yeah, see, I still haven't seen seasons 1 through 3 or 4, whatever. I heard the first season's the best season. Not bad. You got lucky. Let's do it again and see who wins for real. Oh, Lizzie, you're just a sore loser. Kids, it's time to come in. No. You snickered, feeling grateful you hadn't been a part of the mini debacle. You caught Cove's eye and saw that he was doing the same. It had gotten late and was beginning to feel just a bit chilly as you made your way out of the hills, but the cold in the air hadn't dampened anyone's spirits. No, I haven't seen the first season. I've seen like bits of the first season, I think, but I don't like know anything about it. Wait, or is it the first season that we No. Is it the first season that we were watching? Maybe. So I just haven't finished the first season. Yes, I haven't finished the first season. I just don't remember which ones Lauren and Cameron are. The four of you walk back home together side by side down your neighborhood street, discussing the evening with each person trying to prove that they were the one who caught the most fireflies. You knew that whoever really did catch the most didn't matter much anyway. All that mattered was that you all had a good time, which, judging by the smiles on everyone's faces, you did. Oh my gosh. I guess that's all we have, unless I buy the DLCs. Wow. Huh. This is such a cute game, though. This is a cute game. This makes me want to buy some DLCs. They definitely gave me just enough to want to play more. Because I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, I don't feel like we got everything. We didn't get everything. Yeah, that really is how they get you. Yeah. I'm like, dang. But yeah, so, okay, let me figure out which ones are Lauren and Cameron, because I have definitely seen I have definitely still married. Are they still together? Kids and baby. Oh my gosh. Are they still going strong? I mean, good on them if they are. Image. Oh, yes! I remember these two. Yes, they are precious. Oh my gosh. Man, good on them. Good on them. That's awesome. They look so cute together too. Man. They have a book? Wow. I wonder if any of the other season 1 couples are still together. This might be spoiling it for myself though, since I haven't actually seen the ending of that season. You don't think so? I was like, maybe I should just wait and watch the rest of the season. Because where we stopped, they were on the island, like on their honeymoon or whatever. Like they hadn't actually like gotten married yet. That's where we stopped, I believe. Also, you mentioned wine earlier. What kind of wine do you like? Because I love me some wine, so... My favorite wine is like, well, okay. I feel like... Oh, your second job is at a winery? Oh my gosh. See, you gotta quit telling me this stuff, because otherwise I'm gonna be like, oh my god, BFF. Like, you'll never get rid of me. For like general purposes, right? Like, oh my gosh, that's some wine. I'm kind of, as much as I love wines, I am like almost like the stereotypical like wine mom friend minus the kids. I don't like dry wines. Like, don't come for me, but I don't care for dry wines. If I'm going to drink a dry wine, I better be eating like a steak, which I don't have very often. Actually, hardly ever. Or I could do a dry white wine with fish. I'd be okay with that. I like semi-sweet and some sweets. Some sweets are too sweet, but there are some that are okay. Or if I have a place that will mix the wines, I will have them mix a sweet wine and a dry wine to make it semi-sweet. I like Rieslings. I like Moscatos. Oh my, yes, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, you know. Still, oh my, I feel so called out right now. Jeez. Jeez. I feel like you just stared into my soul. I feel too seen. Oh my gosh. I said these handful of words and you were like, I got you down to a science here. And I'm like, yeah, that. Wow. All right, bartender, then let's figure out what mixed drinks I like then, since I'm being so read so easily. Do I make my own sangrias? I have never made my own sangria. I don't really mix my own drinks, to be honest. I like vodka. I mean, I don't really like a lot of like liquors straight. I mean, I will take shots, but I don't really care for them. If I'm taking shots, I'm drinking to drink. I'm drinking to get drunk at that point. I don't like really. I also don't mind tequila. Like in a mixed drink, I don't mind tequila. Crisp, refreshing, or fruity sweet. Oh my gosh. Wow, I love these options. Mostly crisp, refreshing. I do like fruity sweet though. I just like sweets to be a more natural sweet and less artificially sweet, if that makes sense. Someone else suggested that to me because I had said I had never tried a Moscow Mule. But I guess like someone else in my chat also bartended and they were like, based off the stuff you like, I think you would really like Moscow Mules. And I'm like, fascinating. Oh, I do like lemon drops. I can drink some lemon drops. I feel like I'm kind of stereotypical girl when I order drinks. Yeah, I'm drinking ginger tea, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, the first time I had ginger, like a ginger drink, I felt like I was being punched in the face with ginger. And then I was like, wait a minute, I like it. Ooh. Oh my gosh, that's all a Moscow Mule is? I love ginger ale. That's so crazy that I have never had a Moscow Mule and it's all the things I would like. Huh. Oh, I got excited. Dang. Oh, ginger beer. I feel like I've had a sip of a ginger beer before. I don't tend to trust bartenders when I go places, and not because I don't trust them to like, you know, safety or anything. It's like I don't trust them to know how to make every drink under the sun. So I'll be like, what's like a very basic drink that every bartender should know that like you can't go wrong with? Kind of like when I go to a restaurant and order like a lemonade, right? Or a sweet tea. Like I feel like you almost can't mess that up in theory. So if I ever go any place where they're making mixed drinks, then I will order like these basic drinks. Sex on the beach. Or tequila sunrise. Or what else have I ordered? That's like super basic. A cosmopolitan. The only time I feel like I've ever had a cosmopolitan that's like, you know, was just like when it was a little too strong or stronger than I was expecting it to right off the bat, but it still wasn't bad. Yeah, apparently you were a good bartender. You asked questions. I just straight up went, okay, what's something I feel like you can't mess up? I'm gonna order that. I'll have like 5 of those. I wish I liked vodka cranberries more because like I love cranberries and I love vodka, so I figured if you stuck the two together that would just be it, right? But I'm not gonna lie, those are a little lacking. Green tea cocktails? That's a thing? Is that a thing? I feel like that's a thing where you are. I feel like that's a thing where you are. Where I am, they would look at me like a what? Oh, it's not made with green tea. Oh, okay. Is it kind of like a Long Island iced tea where it's not actually any tea at all? It's just a bunch of liquor. Yeah, okay, it's just a bunch of liquor. Jameson peach schnapps. Oh my gosh. Huh. Yeah, I still feel like if I said that at a club or at a restaurant or any place around here, they would look at me and be like, "A what now?" They would think the same thing. They would think it's actually made with green tea. They'd be like, "We don't have green tea bags. What do you want us to do?" I am not in a place where people get fancy. It's quite a well-known thing in the industry. See, that's what I'm saying though. You're assuming we got people here bartending. But like, that are anything reputable. And not just, my friend, she knew how to mix some drinks, you know, at my house parties once. So I let her come in and mix a couple times. I'm not quite in the boonies, but it's not too far up, you know, from... I don't know. I'm gonna try it one day and see what happens. You know what? Maybe while I go to my concert, I'll try it. Because I will be in, like, well, I'll be in the South. I'll be in Texas, but you know what? Like, we'll be in a big city in Texas. So maybe that's my shot. You know what? I need to write that down. Because I'll forget. Let me put it in my phone. Because I'll forget, and I want to try it. And I feel like if there's any chance for me to try it, it will be then. My friends want to drink while we're there, so I'm gonna be like, I got this. My new friend gave me recommendations. I got this. Green tea cocktail. They're gonna be like, a what? And I'm gonna be like, no. It's gonna change my life, she said. Okay, I wrote it down. It's in my phone. Because I'll forget. When are we watching the first episode of The Boyfriend? Whenever you want, whenever you're free, just let me know. Oh, Snow is a green tea shot? Okay. If all else fails, I'll just name off all the stuff that you told me is in it. If they look at me like I'm crazy. Oh, you're already on episode 3? Oh, okay. I was about to say, if you want, I could watch the first 2 episodes and then, like, meet you for episode 3. Or if you, like, are willing to start over, that's cool, too. It's up to you. Oh, gosh. I almost threw my pencil. Oh, wow. Okay. Thanks. Shots fired. Calling me a grandma. All right. Dang, I really do got another one. I thought Phantom was bad enough. I am cute and adorable, okay? Okay, if I'm a grandma, then what are you? And I only sleep early because I have to get up for work early, okay? Because unfortunately, this does not pay the bills. Trust me, if I could quit my job to do this, then I would. I don't like my job. Or if I could find me a sugar daddy or a sugar mommy, if I could find a sugar parent, all-inclusive sugar parent, then I would quit my job and then I wouldn't have to go to bed so early. cougar. No, if I'm a grandma, then that makes you ancient. Mm. Man, that would be fantastic. I would love to find that one day. I feel like if I just keep putting it out there, into the universe, that it will happen. Manifestation, right? Wow. We'll watch the first one now. It's 9:30. I gotta go work tomorrow. Okay, let's see. I will find. Hang on. What day am I off? I will find what day I'm off. I'm not proving your point. Don't you send that emote. Okay, let's see. What day am I off? I am off Friday. So I could do like Thursday night. Since apparently you can't do daytime. My people get back to your people. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Check your books. I'll check my books. We'll have our people talk. Our people talk to your people. Or Phantom being the little gopher between people. I should just have a command for that. That would be cool. I should make that at some point. Oh my god, how do I do things? What's happening? If I were smart. Alright, I'm gonna have a moment here where I don't know how to like send it as a link. Oh, I'm so smart. Just send me yours and I'll do it this one. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. I'm like, I know I can do it. I just never set it up, and then I like didn't think about it till just now because I've never done it. I also just realized I don't know how you get the actual like link to your Discord. I know that's a thing you do. There's a way you do it. And I don't know how. Oh. Oh my god, I have too many tabs open. What's happening? Okay, there we go. Yeah, okay, now in comes my dumb question. My dumb question. How do you get the link to your Discord? Oh man. Mm. Oh my goodness. Don't, oh my goodness me. Oh my gosh, no, I'm so smart sometimes for certain things. Just not this thing. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm a little special. Okay. There we go. Nice, nice. I'm a little special. Okay, okay. Okay, what? Here we go. This is this is what Phantom was talking about. He's like, and maybe she can help you with tech stuff. And I'm like, I'm not that hopeless. Okay, maybe just a little bit sometimes. You know what? But tech girl failure is kind of working out for me, okay? I'm endearing to some people. Yeah, I'm endearing, okay? I am absolute precious. Hey, just be lucky I figured out how to stream, okay? After many YouTube tutorials, there is one thing I still haven't quite figured out yet, but I think that's like an actual technological problem, not so much anything I am doing or not doing. It's like some sort of inner working issue that I don't quite know what to do with. But yeah, I figured out a workaround around it, and it mostly works most of the time. So, I mean, that's all that matters, right? Just when in doubt, Band-Aid. Who needs like full solutions when you can just Band-Aid? Oh. Oh. Huh, I'm learning. Yeah, okay, so when in doubt, I probably could have Googled this, not gonna lie. But it just never came up until now. So I appreciate you telling me, because now I get like full-on pictures and everything. You're so tech savvy, you're so nifty. Thank you, I appreciate it. But oh my gosh, okay, so with my little not elderly self, but gotta work, gotta make that money, get perks self, I think I am going to get ready to end 2.5 hours isn't bad though. I mean, we got through all of the rest of the story minus the DLC stuff. So that's cool. I got this. I don't know. You have so much faith in me. You have so much faith that I got this. I don't got this. It's gonna be a lot more floundering and more stupid questions. But yeah, maybe eventually I'll get this. Oh man, I am a sucker for background BGM. I will sing always. Also, Phantom always calls you Boomer. Is that what you like go by? Because I was like, your name's like Boomsies. So why does he call you Boomer? At first I thought he was calling you old. Oh! You've gone through some name changes. Oh, okay, Boomer. Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering about that. I was like, is he actually calling you like Boomer to just be like you're a boomer? Or I was like, or is that like your actual name? So is it like just like people who have like been around for all of that still call you Boomer? See, when I first saw your name, because of all the Avatar references, I was like, Boomy! My brain just couldn't shake like King Boomy. That's like Omashu? Oh! Okay, cool. That makes sense then. Oh. Okay. That's cute, like a coupley ship name. It's adorable. I mean, that kind of sucks that that person's your ex now, though. And you still have the name. But I guess if it doesn't bother you, then... Oh, okay, that's good then. The first time I saw him type it, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so mean. Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for keeping me company, though. Like, it's been so nice having someone to talk to. I mean, not that I don't love, you know, people lurking. I appreciate the lurkers always. But it is totally nice having someone to, like, talk to. Yeah, have a lovely rest of your day, evening, or night. And I will definitely message you, because we still gotta plan the boyfriend watching. So yes. You'll probably never get rid of me. I'm so sorry. This is the beginning of the end for you.